Hi, I'm Tim Nightingale and I'm Bluethirst's lead programmer. I'm going to be talking to you today about some of the scripts and programs that I help make and run for Bluethirst. For reports, I have various scripts that pull in all the keyword data for all our clients and then separate into different tables which have ones that are low search volume, the max bid is below first page bid, low click-through rate, low conversions, low impressions, all that stuff. There are others that work with basically the same thing but for ad groups, search queries, so you can see what exactly people have been searching, how many clicks and impressions you've got for those search terms. You can see from that whether or not you want those searches to be excluded or they're really good and you want to be added as keywords. Part of the reports is you tell the script to get a selector for keywords, campaigns, whatever, but that can only run through a maximum of 10,000 iterations. But depending on how big your campaign is or how many things you've got going, that might be too much. You might have too many. So you can use the Google API to quickly just import an infinite amount, all there is. But that takes a little bit longer, not much, but if you're going to keep doing lots and lots, then you might be better trying to do different iterations, which is doing the same thing over and over again. The scripts have a max runtime of 30 minutes, so make sure your script doesn't take that long. The other APIs can be used in conjunction with the scripts. You've got the Google's PageSpeed Insights. I use that to find out the PageSpeed score of the landing pages that we go to. We can see that it's a score out of 100, and it pushes that data onto a Google sheet, and I can see, okay, these pages, they've got low page speed scores of around 50 or so, and I go onto the proper site and get more details from there. Other APIs that can be used, maps, you can have like weather. There's a weather API that the Google recently spoke about, so that you could say, okay, it's raining, okay, let's not run our campaigns for sunny stuff, let's change them for the umbrella campaigns or wet weather stuff. If you're doing a tours, no point doing outdoor tours when it's raining, vice versa. And the problem with that was that it wasn't really good at telling you how the weather was right now. That was a third-party thing, not a Google, though it got the information from. With the Google Sheet data, you can, like I said, I push the data to the Google Sheets, but I can also pull data from it. Like for one of our clients, they've got a little drop-down box on a Google Sheet, and we apply the bid modifiers that they select in there. So if they want to be dropped to 50%, they click that little box. The script is set to check that every hour, which is the max time that it can be set. And then every hour it checks, has that changed? If so, let's change all the bid modifiers to what it says. If he tries to change that to something that isn't allowed, like letters, numbers, then the script will say, no, we're not having that, it won't let him put that in. And so all the campaigns will be fine. Other things you can use are ad customizers. I've recently set one up so that it checks the website for a product. And it'll say, check this down to the price section of the source code and say, okay, there's the price. Here are the prices that we currently list in the ad. Is it the same? If it is, great. If it isn't, it changes it to the new one, so that if your client isn't telling you as often as he should when he changes the prices, you don't have to worry about that. Your ads can automatically change. Another thing it can do is it can check that same page to see if the item is still in stock. If it isn't, it'll actually put it into a list, and at the end of that script runtime, it will email you that list saying, okay, these products have run out of stock, you might want to pause them. It's best if it emails you first in case there's a problem with the web page and it turns out you've just paused a bunch of stuff when there was only just a website error. A problem I recently had with one of the scripts we run was that we used keyword parameters to say in the script saying we could be within whatever the time is plus 2 hours. So that so if it was 10 o'clock, it would say we can be with you by 12 o'clock. Now the script ran every hour and updated it, pushing it forward each time. The problem was that when I was testing the script on the script tester account, that way that if any of the scripts go horribly wrong, all our clients are safe and their stuff isn't damaged. Problem is, when you do stuff on the testing server, it uses Google's time, which is 8 hours behind us. I factored into that when I made the script, and I told it to put the hour plus 8 to compensate for that. But when I moved it over to the main script account, then we had issues because it was saying we can be with you by 3400, which isn't a real time. So yeah, I had to rejig it so that it pulled the data in, not from wherever the server is that it was running from, but from GMT, converted to GMT time, which then had issues now because we're in British summertime, which is GMT +1, so I had to rejig it again for that, which didn't take too long. That's generally everything else.